Kia ora, ko Sharon Holt tōku ingoa. Today I thought I'd tell you a little bit about our book Mahi Tahi. Mahi Tahi is a really cool phrase. It means work together, teamwork, work as one. Mahi work, tahi one. This book is, the story behind this book is that children are putting on a show and for parents or whatever, and then along the way they're kind of doing something perhaps a little bit wrong or whatever. So Mahi Tahi Tamariki Ma means work together children. So there they are all choosing their costumes. And then there's different phrases. This can be one of the hardest books in our series because the phrases aren't repeated all through the book. Mahi Tahi Tamariki Ma is definitely repeated throughout the book. But for example, this one is Kia ata haere, and that means go carefully. Kia ata haere. So this is Kia ata haere are whanama. So go carefully, elephants. And then these other phrases, this one is put your hands up, monkeys. Kia tika te tākaro. So these are phrases that are kind of maybe a little bit like commands. And then as they're going along, the children are getting closer and closer to where they're going, which turns out to be a hall. And then those ones are dressed as dinosaurs. So kia ata titiro mokonui ma. Look where you're going, dinosaurs. And then we get our first glimpse here of the fact that we're on a stage behind a curtain waiting for the curtain to go up. So this one's about standing up straight giraffes. And then this is actually the reason I wrote this book. So somebody was asking me how to say high five or give me five in te reo. So I researched there's a few different ways, and one of them is ho mai kia rima, give me five. Ho mai kia rima. So it's kind of like ho mai kia rima. And I started this book because I was trying to find a way to two things. One is I wanted to do a book with Mahi Tahi because I love the title, love the idea of it as a title, and I wanted to bring ho mai kia rima into the idea of a book. So that's kind of, I had the end before I even did the story. So they were giving each other five because they had just put on a good show. So there's lots of ideas in that book of phrases that you could add to your teaching. Ho mai kia rima being one of them, give me five. Mahi tahi being another one. Things like kia ata haere, go carefully. Kia ata titiro, look carefully, look where you're going. And it is a bit harder because of they're not so repetitive. But my advice about that is to just and with any of the other ones, if they feel a bit more difficult to you because they're less repetitive, not many of them, but some of them are, is to just take one page at a time. So with this one, kia ata haere, are whanama is on the first page. So are whana, a word for elephants, ma makes it into more than one elephant, and it's kind of, are whanama is kind of an endearing term, like we say tamariki ma, you can say that for the children because they're dressed as elephants, are whanama. And so kia ata haere being haere go, and kia ata go carefully, go slowly, kind of just be careful what you're doing, is a way that, another thing that you could use with children. But it seems very, it kind of seems like overwhelming when there's so many phrases like that in one book. And so I encourage you to just take one at a time. And you might just take the names of the animals, for example, and not worry about the phrases. And then over time, just get used to what each of those phrases means. Practice using it with children if it's appropriate. And then over time, you'll get the hang of what all of those phrases mean, and children will enjoy it. It's a very catchy tune and children love it very much. Some people use it as a clean-up song, not because of anything to do with the words, but it's kind of got that rhythm to it. So hopefully that will help you to get more out of Mahi Tahi. Enjoyed speaking to you today, and all the best with your Reo Māori. Ka kite.